Why your trades hit stop loss, then go straight to take profit. You place your trade. The setup looks clean. All the confluences are there. The higher time frame aligns. You wait, patiently, and then you enter. Risk calculated. SL in place. Target set. And then the market starts moving, but not the way you hoped. It creeps down. Closer, closer, tick by tick toward your stop. You try not to stare. You remind yourself, stick to the plan, but your stomach is tight, your jaw clenched, and then click, SL hit. You're out. Done. You stare at the screen. It's quiet, too quiet, and then it happens. The market reverses. The very next candle, green, then another, and another, straight to your target. Your jaw drops. Your heart sinks. You sit there, frozen, angry, confused. You whisper, I knew it, but it's too late. You're out. You followed your plan, and still this. How do you process that? This isn't a rare event. It happens all the time. To beginners, to pros, to anyone with a stop loss and a plan. And the irony? It happens most when you're trying to be disciplined. When you've finally decided not to move your SL, not to chase, not to gamble. You followed every rule, and the market punished you for it. That's what it feels like, right? Punishment. Like someone up there is watching your every move. Waiting to pull the rug the moment you do things right. It's irrational, but real. That feeling of betrayal, not by the market, by the rules. You start questioning, was my stop too tight? Did I read the price wrong? Should I re-enter? Should I widen my stops next time? But you know the truth. It's not your setup. It's not your plan. It's your psychology. This is the moment that defines traders. Because here's the truth. You can't control what happens after you enter. You only control what you do, and what you feel, and how you respond. But it's hard. So damn hard. You see price going to your target without you. You feel like a loser. Not just because you lost money, but because you were right and still lost. That messes with your head. That breaks you in ways no other profession does. Doctors don't lose because the patient got better after they stopped treatment. Engineers don't get fired because the building stood after they left the project. But in trading, you can be right and still lose. Repeatedly, relentlessly, unforgivingly. That's the pain we sign up for. So how do you deal with it? How do you not lose your mind? First, you need to breathe. Step away from the screen. Do not, I repeat, do not chase. The urge to re-enter is strong, like a magnet, like a voice whispering. See, you were right, get back in. But that's not trading. That's revenge. And revenge is expensive. Revenge has no risk management. Revenge has no clarity. Revenge trades bleed your account and your soul. So the first step, acceptance. Accept the outcome. It hit your SL. You managed risk. You did your job. That is success. Even if the market mocks you afterward, even if it goes straight to your TP, your role is not to predict the future. It's to manage probability. You placed your bet. You took your shot. And you managed the downside. That is the work. That is trading. Anything else is just noise. Don't take the noise personally. The market doesn't care. And that's freeing. Second, log the trade. Not just the numbers, the emotions, the thoughts, the temptations. Write it all down. Felt sick when SL hit. Wanted to re-enter. Felt betrayed when it reversed. You'll start to see patterns. Not in the market. In you. That's what matters. Because trading is a mirror. It reflects your weaknesses, your impatience, your greed, your self-doubt. Every flaw gets exposed. Every single one. And the only way to improve is to face them. Third, review your edge. Was this setup part of your plan? Was the SL logical? Did you predefine everything before entering? If yes, then you did it right. You lost with integrity. That's a win. But if you winged it, if you forced the entry, if you hesitated, then jumped in late, then the SL wasn't the problem. You were brutal? Yes. But freeing. Because if you caused it, you can fix it. Take responsibility. Not blame. Responsibility. It's empowering. Now, let's talk about the plan going forward. Because it's not just about this trade. It's about what happens next. This is the danger zone. After a loss like this, the most common next step is a mistake. You'll want to skip the next signal, even if it's perfect. Because you're afraid. You don't want to be wrong again. So you hesitate. You wait. And then that trade works. And now you're not just angry. You're furious. With yourself. You missed redemption. But redemption never comes that way. Only discipline redeems. So the plan is this. Trade the next valid setup. Even if you're still hurting. Even if your ego is bleeding. Show up. Do the work. Like a professional. Because that's what you are. A professional risk manager. You do not get paid to be right. You get paid to take high-quality risks. With consistency. With composure. With courage. It's not glamorous. It's not sexy. But it's real. And it works. Let me tell you a story. A trader named Ethan. Back-tested for 2 years. Had a solid system. 50% win rate. 2-to-1 reward to risk. He knew what to expect. Then in live trading week 1. 3 SLs in a row. 4th trade? Stopped out, then reversed to hit TP. He was devastated. Said, why even bother? But his coach said one thing. Would you quit poker after 4 hands? Ethan paused. Realized he wasn't thinking in probability. He was thinking in ego. He stuck to the plan. Took 40 more trades. Ended the quarter in profit. Not because of one win, but because of one decision. To keep trading the edge. Even when it hurt. That's the secret. Not talent. Not genius. Just emotional endurance. To stick to the system when it feels broken. To keep going when your gut says stop. To trust the process over and over. Even when it spits in your face. That's trading. That's the path. And only the few survive it. Not because they're smarter, but because they're steadier, colder, calmer, more detached, more grounded. They've learned the art of not taking it personally. So, the next time price hits your SL and runs straight to your TP, smile. Not because you're happy, but because you understand. You've matured. You've seen it before. You're not shaken. You log it. You breathe. And you prepare. For the next setup, and the next, and the next. Because this is a game of many, not one. And in the long run, it all evens out. But only if you survive. Only if you stay in the game. So stay. Stay sharp. Stay stoic. And never, never let one trade define you. Let's talk about the traps. Because right after one of these losses, you're vulnerable. The voice in your head gets louder. Not the logical one. The emotional one. The fearful one. It tells you, next time, just skip the stop. Maybe move it a little further next time. Why even use stops at all? And that's how it starts. The slide. The slow erosion of discipline. You widen the next SL. Then you don't set one. Then you revenge trade. Then you blow the account. Not from one bad trade, but from hundreds of small emotional leaks. It all starts with that one moment of self-betrayal. That one moment when you knew the right move, but did the wrong thing anyway. And when that wrong move gets rewarded, it's even worse. You re-enter after SL, and it works. Now, your brain starts to trust the wrong habit. That's how traders die. Not from losses, but from reinforcing bad behavior. So what do the professionals do? How do they stay sane? Simple. They expect it. They plan for it. They build it into the system. They know the market will play games. They know it'll hit SL and run. They've accepted it, not just mentally, emotionally, and financially, because that's the game. And they never take it personally. They don't need to be right on this trade. They're not trying to win back anything. They're just here, executing the next edge, over and over, with the same cold, focused energy. No rush, no fear, no drama. You want to plan for next time? Here's what it looks like. 1. Log the event. Date, pair, setup, outcome, emotion. Label it clearly. SL hit, price reversed. 2. Tag it in your journal so you can review later. How often does this actually happen? You'll be surprised. You think it happens every time, but it's probably just 1 out of 10. And even when it does, your system will still be profitable overall. 3. Review SL placement. Was it logical? Was it based on structure or just gut feeling? Tight stops aren't always bad, but random ones are deadly. 4. Don't re-enter emotionally. Set a rule. I will not re-enter a trade unless a new valid setup appears. Not a candle. Not a hunch. A setup. 5. Breathe. Walk. Hydrate. Your nervous system is on fire. Let it cool. 6. Come back later, with calm. Because only from calm can good decisions emerge. That's how you train. That's how you grow. That's how you survive. Let's zoom out. What's really going on here? It's not about the SL. It's about your relationship with uncertainty. That trade reminded you, you are not in control. You can't control what happens after you click buy. That's terrifying. For the human mind, we crave control. We crave certainty. We want, if I do this, I'll get that. But in trading, you can do everything right and still get punched in the face. Again and again. So what kind of person thrives here? The one who learns to dance with chaos, to find peace inside uncertainty, to smile when things go wrong, because it means you're playing the real game. Here's a powerful shift. Next time this happens, don't say, "Ugh, I got stopped out and it reversed. I'm such a loser." Say this instead. This is a test. This is the cost of entry. This is what 99% can't handle. Because they can't. They want the win, but not the pain. They want the result, but not the process. But you're not here to feel good. You're here to win long term. And that means enduring what others can't, including this exact pain. SL, then reversal. It's not failure. It's the ticket price. It's the toll to trade the highway. And every time you endure it, you grow stronger. So next time you hit SL and the market flies without you, say this out loud. This is proof. I followed the plan. This is strength. This is progress. Because it island. It really island. You did not fail. You succeeded in protecting your capital. You succeeded in emotional control. You succeeded in living to trade another day. And in this game, that's the only way to win. So keep showing up, keep journaling, keep refining, and above all, keep trusting the edge, even when it cuts you, especially then, because that's the moment that separates the gamblers from the professionals.